Welcome to the open-close principle, the second letter in SOLID. This principle is one of the most powerful ideas in object-oriented design, and it is the foundation that makes patterns like strategy, decorator, and template method work. By the end of this video, you will know exactly what it means, why it matters, and how to apply it in your own TypeScript code. Imagine you have a class that calculates shipping costs. It works perfectly for standard delivery. Then a requirement arrives: add express delivery. You open the class, add an if-else branch, and suddenly your standard delivery logic is at risk of breaking. The next requirement adds overnight delivery, another branch, another risk. Every new feature forces you to modify code that was already tested and working, and that is exactly the pain the open-close principle was designed to eliminate. Think about a wall power socket. The electrical system behind the wall is tested, certified, and closed. You never rewire it just to add a new appliance. Instead, the socket provides a stable interface, and any conforming plug can connect to it. Your code should work the same way. Existing tested modules stay untouched, and new behavior plugs in through a well-defined interface rather than by cracking open the wall. The principle, coined by Bertrand Meyer and later popularized by Robert Martin, states that a software module should be open for extension but closed for modification. Open for extension means you can add new behavior. Closed for modification means you do so without editing the module that already works. The mechanism that makes this possible is abstraction. You define a stable contract, usually an interface or abstract class, and new behavior arrives as a new implementation of that contract, living in a brand new file. At the top, we declare the shipping strategy interface with a single calculate method. This is the stable abstraction that nothing will ever need to edit. Below it, standard shipping implements that interface, returning weight multiplied by 2.5. Express shipping is a second implementation that adds a flat fee. It lives in its own class and touches nothing above it. Order service holds a reference type to shipping strategy, not to any concrete class, so it works with any current or future implementation. At the bottom, we wire it all together by injecting express shipping into order service. If overnight delivery arrives tomorrow, we create one new class and pass it in. Order service never changes. The mechanism is straightforward. The client holds a reference to the abstract type and calls its method. At runtime, TypeScript's polymorphism dispatches that call to whichever concrete class was injected. The existing classes are never opened, so there is no way to accidentally break them. This is why the open-closed principle is the foundation of several gang of four patterns. Strategy swaps algorithms behind an interface, decorator wraps behavior without modifying the original class, and template method fixes a skeleton while letting subclasses fill in the steps. The open-closed principle is not free. Every abstraction adds a layer of indirection and more files to navigate. Apply it when a behavior genuinely has multiple variants today or is highly likely to grow, when existing logic is too risky to touch, or when you are building a library that others will extend. Skip it when you have a simple, stable problem with one or two concrete cases. Creating an interface for a single implementation is ceremony without benefit, and it can make a code base harder to read rather than easier. To recap, the open-close principle tells you to extend a system by writing new code rather than editing existing tested code. You achieve this through abstraction, an interface or abstract class, and polymorphism, which dispatches the right behavior at runtime. The practical payoff is that adding a new variant never risks breaking what already works. And once you understand this principle, you will immediately see it operating inside strategy, decorator, and template method patterns throughout the rest of this course.